Hello, Sagittarius. This is your July 2022 forecast, and I'm your astrologer, Lori Lothian. We're looking at the sky from the tradition of whole sign Hellenistic astrology, and I'm a tropical Western zodiac astrologer. Let's get rolling. Before we do, I want to talk to you just quickly to remind you it's always great when you like my channel and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. If you like me and what I tell you, please help me out and help me grow. And check out my sale in the month of July. You can grab my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, weekly forecast, and you immediately receive in your box all 2022 all sign videos. There's a 60-minute videos times 12 when you sign up. So that's such a deal. And if you don't like my newsletter, you can unsubscribe. So there you go. Let's move forward and talk about the sky in your sky. Now, I'm not going to bring up something for you that I didn't talk about with anyone else because it's so far at the end of the month. And I'll do a whole video on this, but Jupiter is the Lord of you as a Sag rising or sun or moon. And he's going to retrograde at the end of the month on July 28th. Now, more importantly than he is going backwards in July 28th, because it's the last 2 months of July, is that he's slowing down to station retrograde. That means he's moving at a very snail's pace crawl. This is your guy. And when he's slow, he's actually, interestingly, because he's going to retrograde, he's going to be closer to Earth as he's very powerful as he slows down. And he's also grinding in, right? Saturating your sky with a lot of Jupiter juice. And as a Jupiter ruled being, this is important. And so the whole month of July, he's barely moving. Okay. He's like stuck at the 8th degree and moving so slow to turn around at 8 degrees. So if you're a Sag rising and your sun or your moon or your rising sign is near 8 degrees, so let's say between 5 and 11 degrees, you're really feeling potent Jupiter power in the month of July. You are receiving a lot of oomph, and it's coming from your 5th house of luck. Money luck, speculative luck, investment luck, feeling vital, joy, pleasure, play, romance, children. I'll give you some examples. If you've been wanting to have a baby, but you couldn't get pregnant and you're a female Sag, then this is very auspicious. And in fact, Jupiter moving through your 5th house means pregnancy, fertility, anyway, Sagittarius, sun, moon, or rising sign people, but it's very intense. So Jupiter saturating this part of your sky, slowing down. You could have a big bolt of money luck in this time. You could also have some sense of prosperity or expansion regarding things to do with romance and children, like a abundant romance, a fruitful investment, or good things happening for your kids. So there's this like story going on in your 5th house. And if you're an independent business enterprise person, have your entrepreneurial business, this is very, very good for that too. It deeply strengthens you and makes you more expansive, commanding, and successful in your own business. When he retrogrades at the end of July, which is really an August reading, you're going to go back over old ground in all the areas I mentioned, but just consider July the month of Jupiter juice, super powering up your 5th house. And this is very super positive. Yay, you. Now, moving on, besides that big broad brushstroke thing, let's talk about some of the minutiae. You're going to see Mars moving into Taurus. We all will on July 4th and 5th. And that's going to have some influence for you regarding work. And this is going to be a hot spot of your sky, this 6th house of your work routines and the office space and the work routines and the health routines. And, you know, with this energy of Mars, he's going to make you freaking dig in, right? Do some exercise, figure out what you need to do, eliminate things that are not helpful for your health, all right? Not helpful for your work routines. Maybe you're working in an uncomfortable position all the time. You need an ergonomic chair, whatever. Maybe people in your workplace are going to be combative and gnarly. The conflict in the coworker space could show up here as well. Mars will be in your 6th house, you know, July 4th, 5th, add 6 weeks. So you have to figure out how to diffuse conflict in the workplace as well as all of that. Now, the reason I think this is going to be important is as we get going on, you're going to see a lot of action going on in that 6th house. It's going to get very, very intense. Okay. But I'm going to try to keep us chronological for now. July 1st and 2nd, Mars will square Pluto. This happens about every 2 years. So this is the way it's happening here. And this is going to be tension or conflict with maybe somebody in a position of power or authority. And it will maybe influence things to do with your money or your possessions. So Pluto in your 2nd house, money and possessions, and receiving that square energy from Mars in your 5th house. Now, don't forget, we don't mind Mars in that 5th house normally, right? Mars is like making your sex life better lately, maybe, or you're feeling more active regarding things that bring you joy and pleasure. Maybe excessively, but with a square to Pluto, a couple of thoughts. It could be time to stop overdoing excessive things you put in your mouth that are detrimental to you. Pluto's in the house of things you put in your mouth, but also, and pleasure and excess, Mars in the fifth. But it could also be something to do with money, and somehow you're needing to rein in something, and there's some kind of like block or authority figure or powerful energy that's combating Mars. Mars in the fifth house could spend on pleasure like crazy, like buy a speedboat and then buy a mini mansion or whatever, just like spend on pleasurable things that are outside the box luxury items of what you need. And then Pluto is like maybe more authoritatively pressuring Mars to stop doing that. This is July 1st and 2nd. Okay. Pay attention to that dynamic in your chart. It's intense. And then, there's a lovely little side story of Mercury in Cancer sextiling Uranus and Taurus during the same July 1st and 2nd window. This could be like a bit of good news coming through. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. Uranus is sudden and unexpected. It could be about your work and money and work, a promotion, a raise, a bonus, a rebate from something, maybe you pay too much taxes and you get some money back. Some positive news coming in that part of the sky too at the beginning of July. Then we're moving forward to July 8th, the 11th, where there's this ongoing sun approaching Uranus into a sextile. And so the whole time you're going to start to feel it build. And this is also positive. This is also good. And it also has to do with things to do with your work environment and things to do with your money. It's almost like an extension of what we're seeing July 1st and 2nd. And they may indeed be connected. Good money news regarding work. Or money coming to you from somewhere else, somebody else, or an investment that also has some positive relationship to your health and your work routines. July 11th to the 15th, Venus, the goddess of love and money, is going to trine Saturn, the goddess of lasting and enduring. And this combination is very, very positive. It is so easy to take advantage of it. So Venus is definitely, as a money goddess, and, she's always got everyone's money back. She's in chatty Gemini, right? She's very communicative. And this is not a house about you. This is about your business partners, your success, your significant others, your marriage partner type people, your significant others, and maybe sometimes your clients. And so Venus here, if you have a fan club and, you do 10th from 10th audience, this could be about being popular and publicly appealing as Venus moves through Gemini, where she entered Gemini she leaves Gemini on July 17th. Okay. But July 11th to the 15th, she's still in Gemini. So you got a spate of popularity going on here. And there's this trine to Saturn in your third house. Now, there could be something to do with websites and communications and online platforms. It's popping a bit of a celebrity for you. This could also be a time where you could find yourself getting an opportunity coming through another person to take a trip that could bring in some sense of enduring, lasting love as a result. And if you're a single Sagittarius with Venus in your seventh, it could mean meeting a new relationship during that window of time, the 11th to the 15th, because you are on a trip, a short trip somewhere, or in a skills-based educational setting, learning how to do something. And you could meet a new person, and love could be in the air. And any love relationship that starts under this influence will likely last. It'd be very enduring. It's built on a stable foundation. Okay. And there is a Mercury in the heart of the sun bringing messages from the divine coming through around, the Kazimis on the 24th of July, happening in your Cancer zone of money. You could have insights, downloads, ideas, and ahas regarding new ways to invest money or to obtain money through other people, apply for loans and mortgages, etc. It's an occult mystery house too, though. So you can get a download from Archangel Michael, some kind of dead person coming to you in a dream with an insight. Pay attention to the woo part of your reality during the Mercury in the heart of the sun, which especially in a trine to Neptune. Pay attention to your dreams, you guys, around the 24th or so of the month. No, July 16th, I apologize. It's at 24 degrees of Cancer, but I meant July 16th, if I didn't say that correctly. As the month goes on, we have a Capricorn full moon. I forgot to mention it at July 13th. I'm backing up, conjunct Pluto. I don't think I mentioned it. I'm getting delirious doing a lot of these videos. And so Capricorn is your second house of money, and a full moon is blossoming. So there's a full money bloom. There's a full algae bloom of money coming up for you this month, Sagittarius, in your second house of earnings and possessions. There's a bit of tension from Mercury across the way in your eighth house. You may have to duke it out with your accountant or the tax people, but there's a money blooming here energy in your second house around the 13th of July. Powerful money blossoming, especially on top of Pluto. Then later on in the month, we have a new moon in Leo, and we also have some gnarly tension in Taurus. So let's go with the gnarly tension and end on a good note. Mars is like a match to a bomb here in your sixth house. And it could be about work, all right? Something explosive in your colleague and coworker space. Mars and Uranus and the North Node is what explosive things are happening at the work environment or with people you work with. And it could be quite big, boom energy. Now, it also is your health routines. And be careful, Mars can cause injury. Yes, he is in the house, of his joy, but it doesn't mean he wouldn't like trip you up just for fun. So be careful for being injured. Be very cautious on the weekend of July or the week of July 31st. Some of this is building around the 21st of July, and some of it kind of wanes by August 5th. So around the 31st, a day or two on either side, be very, very careful not to injure yourself, not to get any kind of accident, that kind of thing, especially regarding the area of your body that's the neck and the head, right? The torus zone, but mostly the neck and shoulders. All right. The good news is there's a Leo new moon starting off with a trine to Jupiter to plant some seeds for 6 months. Oh, it's such a beautiful one. And that's happening in your ninth house of foreign lands and God and temples and faith and traditions and book publishing and academia. Got them? That's a lot of meanings. And this is a new blossoming in the 2 weeks that follow the moon, which is on July 28th. Pay attention to things that are trying to open up for you in that part of the sky. And that may also come to more fullness about 6 months later. With lucky Jupiter in your fifth house, this could be romance on a trip, romance from a foreign land, romance with somebody in a foreign land, romance with somebody with a different spiritual background or language or, a philosophy than you have. So if you're a single Sag, this is a good opportunity in the 6 months that follow. It kind of bakes in the theme of finding a big love story through trips, travel, or foreign lands. And lastly, it is, of course, courthouse energy, and you could prevail and win with great luck and success with Jupiter in a trine to that part of your sky in any legal dealings you need to engage with in the 6 months that follow this moon. All right. Thanks for listening, my Sagittarius folks. And I'm going to be moving on. I think I might need to take a break because I have a client and continue these recordings later. It's my first time doing the all signs as individual videos. And I realize I'm probably going really long in each one because I think I've been doing this for a long time now. Ciao.